Rob, a win and a clean sheet as well to boot on home turf tonight. How do you reflect on that?
Yeah, just a good response from the last two games. I thought the intensity that we played, especially first half, was excellent. I thought we played really clean. And I thought the goals were, especially obviously Ben's was a bit of individual brilliance and desire to score. But I thought that the second goal, especially with Owens, it's a clear pattern that we work on and things we do in training. And I think the thing I was so pleased with that was that it's just the lads' belief in what we're asking them to do, and then them implementing it. You know, Hanno driving at his man, taking him in the box, Owen getting across the back of the centre half. And I think the other side of it, the last 3 games we made lots of changes, but forget the results. I think ultimately the performances and from the individuals and every individual, whatever moments or minutes they've played, has been exceptional. And yeah, I thought fair play to Boston. I thought the last 30 minutes they made it really difficult, made good changes, they overloaded the wide areas. But we had to adjust to it, and like I said to the lads, you've got to be humble. You can't be arrogant to think that we can keep playing all the time. You know, good teams will find a way to negate it and put pressure on you. And I think Boston are a very good team, and I think they did that. However, what I was pleased with is although they had a few chances, I felt like we managed them well. Tiernan made some good saves, but I thought he was always in a position where we'd expect him to make them, even though Tiernan was excellent yet again. Got a well-deserved clean sheet, and then. Yeah, when you can bring on Jovan and you can bring on Becky and you can bring on Tommy Allen and Ty and Wormo, and yeah, it just shows the strength in depth, but also that we're able to adjust and we're able to do things differently. And yeah, I think probably quite a professional performance. Really excellent first half, typical Gateshead in terms of dominance and play and movements and patterns, but second half we had to find a different way to win. Probably a bit of fatigue from Saturday as well, I felt, and also Boston being excellent. So really pleased. I still felt we hurt them. The goalkeeper for them was excellent again, made some brilliant saves. Really good signing from them. Yeah, but just I think there's so much to be pleased with, but also in the nicest possible sense, so much for us to develop and work on.
Yeah, you mentioned Ben, of course, getting on the score sheet tonight, but a clean sheet as well from a defensive point of view, man of the match performance as well. It seems to be something about Lawney's from Derby apparently, but I mean, he mentioned in terms of acclimatising that it's probably been a bit tough early on, but I mean, you wouldn't really think that just by watching him. No,
I think he probably got chucked in quicker than he was expecting because of the situations, and he's been fantastic. And I think he's really mature lad, really mature. He's sacrificed a lot to come here. Not just himself. Derby are a fantastic club in terms of the way they develop players, but also the relationship with them. You know, they check in with their players, they develop in the right way. Obviously, even Owen's come through that, and you can see the background. And no, Ben's was unfortunate to miss a lot of football last year because he had a brilliant spell at Banbury. We actually played against him in the trophy, and he was excellent. And I think he's going to get better and better the more games he plays, and that's the challenge. You know, he knows that there's going to be a lot of competition when Jean comes back, and with Louis and Dan Jones now coming in, you know, Dan missed a lot of football, so no, we're just able to give him that week or so extra training to get him right. And I think Ben's risen to that challenge really well because of his maturity, and also he's got a real sternness about him. He wants to improve, he wants to get better, and he's been brilliant in both boxes, and he gets his goal. And I'm really pleased for him. I think we just need to make sure, like you say, even with individuals, not too high, not to expect too much from him, not to get frustrated when things don't come off, but I think also it's the culture the lads create for people to come in. They find it so easy to adapt to, and ultimately, yeah, really pleased.
Yeah, and in terms of the result itself, I suppose it's what everyone's judging on, what everyone's going to look at. But off the back of talking about Saturday, that you felt like the performance was good, but obviously didn't get the result. How pleasing is it to get a little bit of both tonight, I suppose?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just that the wins will always come when you continue to play the way we have. And you have to accept sometimes, you know, Dagenham were excellent in their transitional moments, and you know, their quality. They have forward players. Obviously, wouldn't expect to concede that many, but it is what it is. Forest Green defended astutely, and they've got some experienced defenders, and they had a plan to defend the box, and they did that really well with the goalkeeper. And that's football, that's life. It's 2 games. You know, we beat Boston. We could have been better second half. We were excellent first half. But the consistency gets the results, and if we don't lose that consistency, we don't get carried away by one scoreline or half a bad performance, which there hasn't really been. And the pleasing thing is, I think, for everyone to see is that there's a lot of exciting players to come in, and there's also a lot that we can get better at, and that's all we want to make sure we do.